Hey, chess friends! Today we're clawing our way towards 1300 ELO. We've got the white pieces. Let's see if our opponent wants to play into the Jobava London, and let's get started. Jobava London, of course, starts with d4. We'll have to see if our opponent allows the Jobava or not, and we'll kind of go from there. They are probably not allowing the Jobava. They're playing some weird business, so I think we'll just go ahead and take the center. We'll see if they may still play into the Jobava, so we'll go ahead and put our bishop here and see what they do. And then I'm thinking we're gonna go there, maybe go here, and just kind of see what's happening. I don't know. We'll see. If they don't play d5, we cannot go into the Jobava London, which will make me very sad. And they're playing some weird moves, which kind of makes me want to fianchetto here. Because, yeah, this is really weird stuff. They're definitely not going into the Jobava, so I think at this point we're going to go ahead and take the center, because they seem to be allowing it. I mean, if they're going to give the center, we'll take the center. I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of weird fianchetto business. I don't exactly know what's going on. Don't really want them to wreck the pawn chain, so I think I'm going to go ahead and play... well, let's take a moment to actually think about this here. I'm definitely not going to... I'm definitely not going to castle queenside in this one. I don't really want to... what to do? Do we have some sort of tactics that we can do? I want to move my queen somewhere, but I don't want to move it there. I think technically in certain positions, moving the queen to d3 is pretty good, with the idea of we just don't want them to castle. This guy could be trapped if they... yeah, they could very well be trapped. We could try pushing a little a3, and if they don't take, they'll just be trapped there. And if they do take, I guess I can argue that my center is amazing and rock solid. Yeah, I'm willing to say that. Maybe that might work out. It's not ideal, but we'll see if we trap them. It's a little weird. They haven't developed anything yet. So I'm going to ask them what they want to do. Okay, they went ahead and took. We'll retake. I think we can still... Oh, let's see. I think that's a choice over there that you'd have to deal with. But it seems like a one-move threat. It doesn't exactly seem like the most trying line of all. Of course, you could maybe make the argument that if we go like this and you're going like this, you are weakening the dark squares, but I don't really know. I think we need to go and get more pieces developed. So, I think we could go here and just get the bishop somewhere. It is a tall pawn for the moment, but that's kind of fine, I think, for right now. Otherwise, we can push d5 right now, maybe, after takes. Maybe then we play... like that, but that seems kind of not great. King is open in the middle. Not really liking it, so I think we're going to go ahead and play bishop to d3 and swing the knight around, get castled ASAP. That's an interesting one there. I think at this point I just have to pin the knight. I think that's pretty good, pinning the knight, and we'll get rid of it if we have to. I don't like giving up the bishop pair at all, but I definitely don't like both of these staring at this piece, and I think pinning the knight is the best situation right here. We can also just push, but that does seem to like... yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take there, and then I guess we'll just go ahead and... Well, do I want to trade queens? That doesn't look particularly interesting. I think just developing another piece and getting castled is going to be like what we want to do in this situation. Maybe we could push e5. We kind of have to watch out for over here. They're blocking their bishop. Does that work for me? Maybe. Tempoing the queen, but I think also, like, in such a situation, it feels like maybe I'm weakening things a little bit too much and overextending. Like, maybe it's best to just... Maybe it's best to just get castled and say your king is still in the center. Because if I can get castled and then crack things open, maybe that might be a thing to do. Of course, then this pawn hangs. So yeah, I definitely need to be careful here first. I could push right now, I guess, just to get the queen off of that and kind of isolate things. I don't know if it's super good. I'm a little bit worried about them pushing. But then I can push myself and I've just totally locked things up there. So yeah, that doesn't look too bad under the circumstances. Okay, so that's happening. Their king is still in the center, which cannot be good. So the question is, do I want to push there and hang that piece? Not particularly, or do I want to push here and there's some shenanigans going on there? That's a question. That is indeed a question. Well, we push here, there's a takes. I mean, we're arguing if they push there, they can't just, takes. That's a tough one. I feel like I'd like one more piece. I'd really like to get a rook there. But maybe we can do here, takes. No, that still doesn't really... Maybe then I have some sort of... I don't have any discovered checks. That pawn's a little bit weak under that situation, so I'm not a huge fan of it. If I push, I could... I'm definitely tempoing the queen now. I'm locking the center. I kind of would like to bust open the center, but technically... I don't know. It's all interesting. I think I have to push right now. Yeah, I think I have to push. We can trade kind of everything down there. Not a huge fan. I do really like the fact that they pushed a6 to stop this this annoying thing that I could have over here. Their king is still in the center though, and that can't be good. I just want to do something about this. I feel like taking their queen retakes, and I still feel like, yeah, you can go after that pawn, but like, I don't know. I just don't know, because I feel like there's always that. Yeah, you go after the pawn here, which is a weakness. I mean, I can take, and then I could move here, but it seems to walk into some sort of pin action, which I'm not really a fan of. Yeah, overall, it's kind of annoying. I can move my queen over here to stop it, which I guess, but at the same time I do that, and I'm not getting out of the way. Yeah, I'm not really getting out of the way. There does always feel like there's this light squared bishop over there. Yeah. Trying to see. I think this actually might work, because if I take, they retake, and maybe I threaten here, they go over here, and I maybe threaten a little action there and get them to take. I don't know, that's still bad. Then they're going to take the rook there. It's just... It's getting really messy. I don't really like the mess that's being created right now. I don't have to take, of course. That is true. I do not need to take. I could just play back. But after takes, they still end up getting this pawn. And I don't really like that. So I think I have no choice but to go ahead first and take there. So we need to come up with some sort of argument where, like, okay, you want to take the pawn, well, you know, you can have that pawn, but I'm going to have something worse. And right now I feel like your king is still in the middle, so maybe getting in there could be a little bit annoying. Do I have something like there to there? I mean, there's a lot of options. Yeah, am I making that sort of argument? Because queen out, I mean, they can take a pawn there, but I'll take a pawn and maybe take another pawn. So it seems to me that might be kind of good. Keeps an eye on g4. They're going to have to do something here. I just don't know if they can afford to go pawn grabbing right now. Also, I can't take here. What am I talking about? The queen is actually covering there, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just go straight over here. Okay, so they castled. That's an interesting idea. Maybe just a simple push. I mean, they're gonna go after this. We know that. But also here is there... I am weakening squares around my king. And that's not really, obviously, ideal. But if they do ever take here... I can't move there because of this, this annoying bishop here. I have to get, I think I have to get a rook on the open file. So maybe if I get my rook onto the d file, I can move in here and do some damage. Yeah, that's totally possible that we could do something like that. So let's get our rook on the d file. I think the queen's going to take there no matter what. So let's at least start with that. Okay, now they're pushing pawns in front of their king. Oh, geez. I feel like there has to be something. I mean, I can definitely get the queen in there, but which becomes kind of a permanent vulnerability. And if I manage to get the rook down here, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good and really annoying. So... yeah, I'm not sure about it. Now, what happens? Can they do anything else if I move there? I mean, they can do that. Yeah, they can move up. So I'm not liking that too much. But they could move up, and I could also move my bishop over to c4. But the queen there is really inappropriately placed. I can also just do this right now, but it doesn't seem as good. Let's move into position there. I suppose, yeah, they can just move up there. I don't know why I figured anything otherwise than that. Yeah, no, that ends up being kind of bad. I really should have seen that. Now it's just a whole lot of nastiness. I can try to trade queens. I don't know if they'll take. They can take here, though. Yeah, they can take there. I don't know if I have anything at the moment. It's looking a little dicey. I don't know why I skipped out on the fact that they could move to f6, which is not particularly great for me. And I don't see any other way right now. Like, we can keep our queen over here, true to, like, to kind of keep threatening, but I don't think it actually helps right now. The attacks are looking a little bit crazy. I could do a queen trade, but a queen trade when you're losing doesn't really help, but also there's a lot aimed over in here. So there is a possibility of this, but then there's also pushing there. Geez. Yeah, I don't know right now. Because if I go here and they push here, then that's not exactly great. If I go here, it does at least shut things down for a little bit. So I think probably moving there is the best move for right now. I just don't want to get tempoed again and again. King's moving in to the corner there. That is really... I feel like maybe this now? Because, I mean... I am getting pushed into the corner, but it does seem like it's creating a little bit more of a dangerous situation. Maybe I can get a rook lift in, but I'm not really Not really sure. Perhaps if I push here, there's some sort of... I don't think there's any sacrifice right now. Push here, no, there's nothing like that. They could just come right in like that, and that's not exactly good. I think also we could just tempo the queen right now. So, we could tempo the queen. Where's the queen going if I tempo it? Maybe on to this diagonal, to, like, look over here. Then there's that, and that doesn't help me at all. I mean, tempoing the queen and discovered check, that also doesn't really help me right at the moment. Yeah, no, I don't have any good solution here, I don't think. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing a continuation after here to here. Then they're definitely looking there. I guess then I can play here, but it just feels like then they can put me in check with that. Also, if they... Yeah, I don't like pushing there because it makes it even harder for my... to get my reinforcements in to help my queen. So I'm not really a fan of that. Yeah, it doesn't really help. I do need the open file no matter what, but my queen is totally misplaced, and I don't really have a lot going on. I think I'll go here, but again, they can just go here. Actually, then maybe I can attack like that, which seems crazy. Because I mean, I guess you can take and you're down in exchange, but, well, yeah, I don't know. It seems really dubious. I don't like that word, dubious. I keep playing dubious things. But at the moment, too, my opponent hasn't even spent any time at all on their moves, and it's just crazy. Let's go ahead and look. Oh, they've had a string of losses. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll see how they respond. I do think they're going to stack on the stack and threaten a checkmate. Seems like a good thing to do. I don't really know. Like, bishop to e4 looks really strong against that, because you're not going to take. I'm threatening your queen. If you take this way, I still get your queen. So it doesn't look like a, you know, it could be a tactic that works in my favor. Yeah, and they go for it. So hopefully I ended up calculating that out correctly. It's a little bit of a scary situation. Either way, if you move your queen, I'm getting a bishop here. So it's kind of could be a turning point here in our game. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what they end up wanting to do. But yeah, this is kind of, I think it's bad for them. Took a long time to find any real counterplay in this position at all, I'll tell you that. It's always really disheartening when you see that you're playing a like rapid time control and people are just blitzing out the moves. So that feels pretty bad. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. They decide. Wow, they decide to take there. Okay, well, I don't need to... Hold on a second. I can just take like this, can't I? Okay. Alright. So what do we want to do now? Sure, there's retaking, but retaking doesn't seem good here. Because we retake, and it's just... yeah, I don't think it's good. Because if we retake, we're just gonna... I mean, we're just down a piece. So, we're gonna go ahead and get the bishop to move. points are still equal, so this game, anything could happen. I want to get my rook and my queen down to the 7th rank. So let's go ahead and get our queen in the 7th rank as soon as we can. Try to control that, and then we'll kind of see what comes from there. Maybe if I can trade some pieces, I'll feel a little bit better. I don't know, but I think that's definitely the way to go there. I think moving here, if they don't do anything too threatening, I'm going to take. I'll trade. I'll get another pawn. And I feel like that's going to be pretty good. It's still not over. They can go ahead and... I mean, they could go there. I'll go... I mean, if they do that, I take there. I feel like... Okay, so instead they're going there, but that just leads into that. And... Or I can just still do the... I can still take here, retake, and then take down there with check. But I don't know. Otherwise, I take on c7. I'm threatening the bishop, and maybe then I get... See, threaten the bishop. I take a bunch of pawns here, but it's not really helping me in that situation. I think I would rather take here and just start gobbling up pawns. Is there any other moves for me? Like, I'm not really seeing any. And I only have 2 minutes, so I'm going to have to speed up. So we're going to go ahead and take there. And shoot, that does allow for a fork, which is annoying. So what happens if they fork? Can I move here and threaten that? I don't know. Like, either way, it seems like something's got to give here. So we'll see if we'll see what happens. They might just turn it into a perpetual. I don't know. Actually, they could go here and threaten, but I'll just take, and then, you know, if you take, you've kind of lost it all. So we'll see what happens. I can't imagine they want to lose one of their rooks here. You know, rook plus bishop versus a queen. It's still tall order. They could still win, and I don't really... I mean, I should feel really confident in that sort of end game, I guess. But, yeah, I don't feel super confident. We'll have to see what they end up doing here. They haven't been using a ton of time to calculate, so I'm hoping maybe they make a slip and decide to attack the queen. Or maybe they, you know... Yeah, okay, so they go there, we take here. That's just what we had to do. So I think now we just go ahead and we take a bunch of... probably take a bunch of pawns. And bring our king. We need to get our king involved very quickly as well. Maybe get our king off of this file. So we'll see how that goes. They're going there. I mean, there's nothing really at the moment in that sort of plan, so we'll kind of see what happens. They are guarding their pawn right there. So we'll see. I think we could try taking here, but I have to move. I have to move first, so we're going to move our king over to f2. And we'll see if we can set up some sort of cheeky business over here with a pin on the rook. Or if they move their rook. So they moved their rook. And they're still doing a really good job of defending everything. There is, they do have the ability to move down here and threaten. So that's not exactly great for me. So I still need to play, like, really carefully in order to do everything here. There's also the idea of maybe I can just sack the queen if I have to. Yeah, I don't really like them getting in with their rook there. There has to be something else. I don't really want to... I think I want to move here first, and then I'll let them take this. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to happen. We'll move our king over to... Oh, and they cut off the escape there. That's really interesting. That is really, really interesting. Unfortunately, yeah, that's super crazy that they'd find that move, honestly. We could try to, like, argue that we have more pawns and they have a light squared bishop. So, unfortunately, right now, we're not really able to do too much. Now, the question is, if they get here and we have to isolate our king and go, like, I don't know, somewhere else along here, is there an immediate check? You know, that's the question, right? So I think for right now, we're just gonna see what they do. So maybe I'll just play... I don't know. Maybe I'll just play pawn to a4, just a quiet move, and we'll see what happens. We'll go over here, and if they take, it's just a lot of bad news for them. But we do have to be pretty quick. So yeah, no, they're just they're gonna just keep checking. But I don't think they're gonna check forever. They just can't keep checking. So they could check here. Then I think both pieces are hanging. So I don't think there's a way for them to keep checking. We can just go over here and, like, there's not really anything that they can do. Okay. So, they are doing a really good job of defending the square. I think I'll just go over here right now. Probably that's the best thing, because I can't really get in anywhere else. So I think if I go... But I also want to be in a position where... Yeah, this is fine here. We'll go right here. They're not going to actually be able to really do too much with their king. Yeah, my opponent is just fighting on, which is super annoying. But we'll see what they end up doing. At the very least, well, I can't go there. I could go there. We'll see what they decide to do for their next move. Oh, wait, did they... Okay, they didn't make the next move. They're going there. That's interesting. Yeah, no, that's super interesting. I don't know right now. This is crazy. It's just a crazy game. I think we'll maybe go over here. Yeah, we'll maybe go over here. We're gonna try to take some pawns. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. How did we do? Really bad. And our opponent got a 99.1 in the endgame. I don't even know. That's really sus to me. Don't know for sure if that's, like... I mean, I don't imagine they cheated. I just imagine they found, like, some really great moves there. I mean, all game long, like, they really played well. So let's take a look and see how this game went. Alright. So we couldn't play a Jobava London, really, in this situation, so we had to just go with taking the center. Fishy doesn't like playing a3. I swear, Mr. Fishy, if you say Queen d3 is the move, that'd be crazy. All right, Fishy likes Bishop b7. Fishy doesn't like Bishop b7. Hold on a second. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, Queen f3 is best. So it really liked me placing queen f3. I guess that does protect against that. It does allow eventually maybe my my knight instead to go to e2. That's possible. All right. It doesn't like pinning the knight there either. It's just likes f3. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to put my knight there, but I guess I should have just seen that I could have pushed f3 myself in that situation. Takes. We get our knight to f3. We get castled. Yeah, pretty even game so far. Yeah, Fish likes a4 in this situation. a4, e3, d5 in that order. Interesting. Rook e1. Yeah, I was thinking about rook e1 at some point. Yeah, all this didn't really help us. We got our queen in, started applying pressure. Fishy didn't like that either, so I played a really low accuracy game. I moved my queen into g6, not really like thinking that they were gonna block there, and for some reason just completely missing the fact that they can just kick the queen. So I lost some time there. Yeah, I was not doing well at all. Tempoing the queen, and then this was where things finally turned around, like with this move. But even, yeah, and I guess in this situation it would have been better to take with the oh no, it's not saying, Fishy isn't saying take with the rook. Hold on. What is Fishy saying is the best move in that situation? Let's get back to it. Okay. So, instead of with the queen, Fishy wants check. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is way better. That's a great intermezzo. Okay. Did not happen. Getting the queen in position. Yeah, they liked getting the queen in the center of the board a little bit better. This was the right tactic. That was a good tactic. That was correct. Correct. Everything good here. So it doesn't want us to let the rook have the open file. So I suppose it's probably better to get the queen involved instead, and just get a hold of that open file. Okay. Play there. Go for the... Okay, go for the pawn. Okay. Yeah, all this was correct for us. Really a drawish sort of position to go in. That's the correct move. That's the blunder right there, because just... I didn't calculate the fact that in the corner that was going to be checkmate. Could have just been defended by moving the king down. It's still a pretty... I mean, it's a drawish line, because even if they do that, I mean, it's just... There's no good move. It's completely a drawn line. Rook can never really afford to like go off and go pawn grabbing because of that fork. Yeah, it's a pretty drawn game. So yeah, so that's today's game. Brutal game. I mean, I should be really grouchy and upset about it, but the thing is, that's okay. Whenever these things happen, we just have to treat it as a learning experience, and we are going to get better. We'll become better for it, even if it's a little bit painful right now in the moment. But hey, thanks everyone for watching. That's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to interact with me live, you know, ask me questions, get my thoughts on things, just say hello, consider following me on Twitch. The link is in the video description. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.